What's going on, YouTube? Ronan back. We are not actually in Whaleboro. We're in the Builder Zone, the Flat Zone, the Palace of the Legion of Honor. Actually, it's not even the Palace of the Legion of Honor. This is just where I come and work things out. It's a place of reflection, and let's fix something real quick because it. You know me, it drives me absolutely insane if I throw blocks everywhere. No, if I don't have my wolves. And I know. Actually, I don't want that one. I want that one. I like that one. Yeah, I get a little antsy if I don't have my wolves. Drives me crazy. But that's me. Not saying everybody's got to be like that. So this is the world we've been to a couple of times. This is where we did the test out of the schematic command block mod. This is where we are continuing to try to get the canal locks to work. This is where we did the doors and the drawbridge. For those of you that missed that video, I made some automatic doors. Does this one work? I can't remember. No, it doesn't. I think this is one. This is the one you walk towards it. And, I don't know. Maybe this is the switch. That's the switch. So that's the swing gate. This is the. Oh yeah, here's the drawbridge. I think this one's the auto walk into it door. Yep. What's this one? I think this is just the retracto door. Yeah. Then there's the bridge from Venusti, from Chateau du Mer. Then that's the Temple on the Mount from Venusti. And you know what? I'll go ahead and show you that real quick before we get into what we're actually here for. So, if it looks funny, it's because I took a slice from Venusti and I dropped it in here. Doesn't that look cool? I took a slice from Venusti, I dropped it in here so I could work on it here. So I wasn't bothered by all the goings on in Venusti. And all this is the beginning of the crypts underneath the temple, the temple that doesn't have a name. But yeah, this is super rough. And we'll get back to Venusti at some point. The Whaleboro project and the Yavinia Reforged server is actually taking most of my Minecraft time right now. But I know that there's a lot of people that needed I think I did a video on this. Maybe I was just screwing around. I can't remember. So yeah. Cannons. This is part of Chateau du Mer. Fiddling with things, trying things out. I don't remember what I was doing here. Something crazy, I'm sure. So we're going to do some WorldEdit stuff, and most of it's going to be fairly simple stuff. Fairly simple things. But people have a lot of problems with them. So I'm going to show you some stuff that you can do with WorldEdit. We'll come out here with a nice little area. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do, and I usually use the stone shovel. You can use any of the shovel. Really, you can use any of the tools except for the axe. But you can use the stone shovel, and that's what I usually use. And the stone shovel, or the shovel, is your brush. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an elevated area, like not some mountains, but maybe some hills, right? So we'll type in BR sphere 350, 350 being white wool. Now it defaults to, I believe it's 4. So all we do is kind of come along and we're painting in little spheres, right? So what it does for you, it allows you to add some terrain. And it's it's fairly rough. You will need to smooth stuff out. But this is, and I'm not making it look super pretty because this is tutorial. I just want to show you how it can work, right? So you come all the way around. And this is especially useful if you're doing, if you're doing a village or a city build, or like a town, or temples. I mean, really anything where you need to elevate the land a little bit in whatever area you're working on. And it does look really rough. You can change the size of whatever sphere you're using. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to stick with the standard 4. So you can go any size up to 6. You can actually go over 6, but that requires you to change a number value in your config file in your Minecraft folder. And for those of you that are familiar with doing that, have at it. For those of you that are not, I just wouldn't do it. The benefit does not outweigh the risk of file issues and game crashes and potential world corruption. So if you're not familiar with doing it, I wouldn't do it. I have mine set to the standard size. I have not increased my config file at all on that. There are other tweaks that I've done to my config file, and that's just so certain things run smoother. But that's not one of the things that I've done. So, honestly, right now, I mean, I could stop building this right now, but I want to go for. I have an idea in my head that I want to show you. So I'm building up a little bit. Okay. That should. It's gonna be ugly at first. I just got to make sure I get all the holes. There's another hole. Okay. So now that we have that, and we have this area, here's another command we can do. So / fill R 350, and then we'll say 100. So it's 100 blocks in every direction. So now we just filled in what we just made. So now you have an area you can build on, right? So that's fill R. And since I did fill R, that means that it goes down as well. So all the air gaps are now filled full of white wool. And now you can do things like BR sphere, brush sphere, 0, 2. So I have it as a radius of 2. And now we'll just kind of come along here and does this. Now you notice I didn't put a mask on it. Whoops. It's we'll do that real quick. So let's change that to BR sphere 0, 1. And we have a little bit more control with 1. So when I'm doing like creek beds, or rivers, or even if I'm sculpting a lake out, I actually use a 1 brush. Anything bigger, I mean, you could probably get away with a 2, but anything bigger, and you're going to start digging holes. Now, the other thing we can use this for, so you press B, it'll tell you what the block ID is, or whatever button you have it set up for in Conquest. So grass block is 2. So now we're going to type mask 2. So I'm going to dig everything that is a 2 block. So now we leave everything else alone and we only dig up grass. Right? So now let's do another brush. That's called Smooth 3, or we'll go 35, 0, 3. BR Smooth 35, 0, 3. There we go. Now what this does, this will help us soften those edges a little bit. And again, this will work for, you know, just about any application. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to use it just on like water features and things like that. I'm just doing this for this right here. All right, so it smooths that out, and you can even do some of that up here too. Smooth this. You know, you just kind of go around, give it a feel. This is more terraforming action with WorldEdit. And there are other programs that actually work better at terraforming. The only problem is most, if not all of them, you cannot terraform on a built world. Like MCEdit or MCEdit 2, World Painter. World Painter is a fantastic tool, and I would love to use it very badly, and I do use it very badly. There are some guys that are really good at it. Lord Dacker, of course, is very, very good at WorldEdit. Or not WorldEdit, World Painter. Vigo is very, very talented at World Painter. CryingEmu, he actually just started his channel. He is very talented at World Painter. If you get a chance, check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description. You know, new builder, well, new to the world of YouTube, but very talented, very talented. All right, so Now what do we want to do? Now other things that you've seen me do, you've seen some of the other builders do, and that is when we do this kind of thing. So you want to do BR sphere 35 12, was it? 2. And now we want to do mask 35 0. So what this is going to do for us is this will, I got to fix this because it's going to drive me crazy. So what this is going to do for us is this is going to allow us to paint, right? So now we can come through, we can paint this area out. And again, I'm doing like a little lake, and that's just to show you how you can do some of this stuff. You don't have to do a lake. But this is what it does. This is what WorldEdit does. And there's no reason to be afraid of WorldEdit. It is a fantastic tool, and you all know that I really enjoy using WorldEdit. I use it a lot. I use it in all of my building. I remember when I discovered WorldEdit and I thought, oh my God, where have you been all my life? Okay, I'm gonna clean. Sometimes you do have to go back and you have to clean up some blocks, and that's usually where people make fun of me. Oh, why didn't you WorldEdit that? Well, I mean, you can't WorldEdit little block areas like that. Okay, so we're good there, right? And then 3513. And then if you press the hash mark and you arrow up one, it's whatever command you put in last, go up again, and then it's the one right before that, and so on and so forth. So that will allow me to do things like this. I can come through. I can now paint this area all out. Whoop. There we go. I'll come back and fix that. So this allows us to go through. We can paint this whole area out, and you can do a much larger. Brush. And if you're doing very large areas, I recommend a large brush. Like if I wanted to repaint all of the grass area out there, well, one, I wouldn't do it, but if I wanted to, if I was crazy, then actually I wouldn't use a brush. I'd do the replace command, which I don't use that one much at all, other than the replace on the wand. I don't use the brush, the replace tool, or replace command. There are some guys that do, and they've gotten used. They're used to it. They use it a lot, and they're comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable with it, and that's because I don't use it, and that's actually the overarching theme of this video, is that, see, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the replacer tool. So REPL 0, and I just arbitrarily pick 0 because it's quicker to, I could do REPL 1 because I'm about to change it anyway. So what you do is REPL and then whatever digit, and then if you left click on the block you want to make everything, and then you right click, it turns it into that. So now I left click, right click, And now we just kind of go through and we clean up the mistakes that we made, right? And you just come through, clean stuff up a little bit. And like I said, this is going to be really rough. But hopefully this gives you an idea of what you can do. I think when you see the final product of what I'm trying to do here, I think you'll get an appreciation for what WorldEdit can do. Now, I haven't looked at the time on this video to see how long we've been going, but I feel like it's probably about 10 minutes at this point. Probably around 10 minutes. Keep that in mind. Because in 10 minutes, we went from just a normal flat world surface area here to having this, right? So and you know, to really dress it up, you can kind of bring grass or your different colors of wool out. Yeah, and it really make your build pop a little more. That way it doesn't look as vanilla, whatever you want to call it. But it's a lot of WorldEdit and a lot of Conquest Reforged and a lot of Minecraft it's art. It's really what it boils down to. Is it's art, and it's how what you have in your head and what you can build, what you can do. And there really is there's no wrong build. There's no house that you made that you're really proud of and it's wrong. I mean, people may not like it. You may not like it. I've got builds that I don't like. I've got several builds that I don't like. I've got a castle, believe it or not, that I can't stand, that I made. And I don't think I've been on that world where that castle is in quite some time, because I can't stand it. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? All right, so the other thing to make sure you do is use different color wools for different texture patterns. So for the purpose of this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. You know what? That's gonna work. Okay, so H-Sil is in a hollow cylinder, 3514. Let's go with 6, see what that does. That'll work. So we want the same command, but now we want it to go up 20 from where we are right now. Right? And now, since we got rid of some of this, we need to come in and fix some of this. Always and I don't want to turn this into a castle building tutorial, because God knows there's plenty of those out there. There's a lot of castle building tutorials. You know, one of the first things I thought when I saw Minecraft, when my kids showed me Minecraft, was, oh, you could build a castle. Because I love castles. You know, I lived in England for several years, and I was fortunate enough that my parents took me and my brother to go see you know, every castle in England. We got to go see them all, and you know, it's really, really cool, and I was hooked. You know, I mean, one of my favorite TV programs that I watch, TV programs, kind of, it's the British phrasing. One of my favorite shows, TV programs, that I watch, you know, and I watch it fairly frequently. You know, there are no new episodes, but I will continue to watch it because I've been to those castles, and because it's inspiration. And that show is Great Secrets of British Castles. You know, it's super cool. I like it. But I digress. So this is not a castle building tutorial. This is a WorldEdit tutorial. Stay on task, Ronan. Stop showing them how to build a castle in 10 easy steps. Okay. I may have gotten a little ahead of myself and just started building a castle. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, oh. Yeah. Okay, all right. We'll just. Actually, no. You know what? This has to be. Sorry, my OCD is not going to let me get away with it. If I build something like this and show you what I'm about to show you. Well, not about. Here in a little bit. Once we get that all set. Okay, so got a tower, got a little pit area, you know, and with the tower, I mean, you can detail things out. We'll just, you know what, we'll go ahead and put some super simple, you know, just to give you the vibe of what we're going for here. And see, yeah, I do place block by block sometimes. There's a way to do this with WorldEdit, by the way. I just choose not to. Because it's just, there are some things that you can do with WorldEdit that, I'll be honest, it's just as fast to do it by hand. All right, and we'll come through here and we'll do this. Flying around craziness. There we go. All right. Oh shoot. There we go. Should be pretty good there. And for this, we will go fill 35, 10, 40. Now, I used the fill command there rather than the fill R because there were holes, and I didn't want to. Have the block go through the holes and go down and screw the whole build up, right? So there. Super basic castle, little tower, and you can put things here. In fact, we'll do something here. So let's expand this out a little bit and expand this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so haven't used yellow. All right, so I want to put a building right here, and I want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, right? So we take our wand, we click here, and we right click here. So left click, right click. So you set position 1, position 2. Now type / walls 35, 4. And now we have our walls. Right, and you can do that again with, say you want something to go right here, so right there to right there. Now you've got another thing here, and you would come through and do your reinforcements on there, your battlements rather, reinforcements. Oh, good! I actually got it right. You just do that. Just doing something simple. And this is like super basic Minecraft or Conquest Reforged crenellations. Nothing fancy. This is just to give the feel of what we're trying to do here, right? Okay. And oh yeah, here's the other thing you can do. So we'll just break that block so we can get in there. Left click, right click, / set 35, 10. Got it? Left click, right click, / up arrow does the same thing. So now we have in the, what are we, 20 minutes into the video now? Now we have a little fort, a defensible fort. This is one thing, and this is just a style thing from my point of view. Just make sure your building goes all the way down, and make sure you don't have a castle sitting on on like dirt. Or grass. don't have a castle sitting on grass. Make sure that it looks like it's like it goes down into the earth, or it's sitting on firm stone. In the grand scheme of things, will it matter? No, but you'll be able to see it. Okay, so now, well, that's great. You know, we in 20 minutes or whatever, we built a castle with some WorldEdit tools. You know, we learned the set brush. We learned the //SEL clears your WorldEdit CUI if you're using it. So we learned the set command. We learned the fill command, the fill R command, the replace wand command, the sphere brush, and now I'm going to show you. And you might see it tweak just for a second as I pull up the my brushes. So there we go. There we go. Brushes, new brushes. So I have some let's see, what do I want to do? Let's defoliate. I have some pre-made brushes that I use for, oh, I'm going to sneeze. That I use for painting certain things. And I'm going to show you what I like to use. So, BR sphere. We'll go 6. So that was a long string, and you just have to look through the blocks and see what you like, see what works nicely. So I'm going to paint that as a sphere on mask 3513. So I'm only going to paint the green wool. Oh, that was plants. I'll do 6. There we go. Whoa. Redo. There we go. Oops. All right. So we'll do mask greater than 3512. If I could type. Is that 35? Oh, nope. Mask greater than 3513. Okay. Now this is gonna cause some problems. A little bit of problem. And this is maybe a little bit much. What is this? This is 3, right? 2. Mask greater than 2. You can do it out here too. You can do large areas. The only problem being is that if you do this kind of thing, you need to make sure that, like, if you do the greater than thing, like greater than grass, like if I went over that, it would eliminate the block, the white block directly above. So it could be a problem. All right, now let's see if I can find path. No. No. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna do it manually. So let's go with organics or topography, even better. What are we thinking? Let's go with some forest grass and some coarse dirt. And what's that? Mossy rock dirt? No. Stones and grass. Okay. So here's how I like to do this. And you'll probably see on Whaleboro that I have like a couple blocks all stacked in a row. 3-1, 14070. Oh, wow, really? Alright. So BR sphere 14077 3:1 and 1407 what was it, 06. So 14070 for 3:1, 14071. Ooh, I think I said 7, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Right? Okay, now we want to come over here. 3513. Mask 3513. See, even I screw up. I'm doing a tutorial and I screw something up. Happens. Now we come through and we paint it. Just go through. You paint out your area. You know, all the stuff that you you designated as, you know, forest or grass or whatever you want to call it, or really, you know, really whatever it is you're painting. You do this. Do this. Okay. Good. Good. All right. So now the brown. Actually, I think I do have a. I think I do have a. I have a texture for that. Apparently not. But we'll do this one manually as well. That way you can see the process that I go through with this. So on this, I know exactly what I'm going to use, but not gravel. I know exactly what I'm going to use. Mud. So I like the muddy dirt, and I like the thick mud. So that there and there, 14097 and 14221. So BR sphere 14097 1422 1 6. Call it a day. 3512. Okay, got it. Mask 3512. Right. Bam. Come through and hit it. Yep. Okay. Now the other thing we want to do. So, oops, wrong button. So 3 and 2 is in here. So this is where we want our gravel. So you want gravel, you want soft gravel. These two I've found work very, very well for a riverbed. Right? So 1675, 4, and 13. So BR sphere 1675, 4, 13, So 13, 17, 0, 3, was it? 13, 0, 16, 75, 4. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, and now what we want to mask, you got to be careful on the mask on this one. So 3, 0, 2, 0. Make sure you put the 0. Whoop. Whoa. 13. Oh, gotta go away. I can't see. $16.75 4. Ah. That's what happens when you do the wrong one. There we go. Now we'll try again. All right. Now see, we're only hitting the actual dirt and the actual grass, not the modified grass block. See, those are modified grass blocks. One of those is 3, 1. If we'd put 3, just 3, not 3:0, it would have changed that. You got to be careful on that. All right, so it's coming along pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab another one. I think this one will work. Yep, that'll work. What is that? Oh, yeah. All right, just kind of come through. What was that? That's 35, 14. 35, 14. And this is, like I said when we started this, and I've said a couple times, this is super, super rough, right? By no means is this a finished product. This is just to show you what you can do with WorldEdit. And we'll grab, I think this one might actually be the one I'm thinking of. And these are ones that I've used over the years. You know, I've come up with certain brushes over the years, just because, you know, I really like the way they look, and they work well for me. So we're just going to do these. See, now we want to go mask 35, 4, 35, 14. And there's other ways of doing this. There's other ways of doing this where it goes faster or it goes better. That light block that's in there, I thought I removed that actually from this lineup, but you know, whatever. And let's see, we'll go with the we'll just do, I think this is fancy upper walls. Yeah, we'll throw some fancy upper walls on there. By fancy, I just mean that it's like a and with fast acting WorldEdit. Oh, I guess it works better if you tell it the right block. Yeah, there's some fancy block. Right, and what's this? This is 35.1. All right, 35.10. So PR sphere. What was our gravel? 13, 1675.4. Okay. All right, now you're going to see some holes make it open up. Oh, maybe not. Good. All right, so you got your nice gravel roof on there. Super basic, super basic little fort. Oh, how did we do that? Well, that's easy to fix, right? REPL 0. I remember what I said. Right? Then you just come on over here, and here's the fun stuff. / fill water 100. Right? And oh gosh, let's go ahead and put a let's put a texture on there, huh? We'll use this one, just to get the effect. This will give us the effect that we're going for. There we go. And yeah. And you just come through and you just go through and you paint. I mean, it's like painting happy little trees. And some of this, I mean, it's not really a whole lot different than when I'm building an episode. Some of the stuff that I'm showing you, but that was done in what 25-30 minutes or so. I mean, you can check the time, but yeah, 25-30 minutes or so. And here's the other thing I like to do. 1422.1, 1409.7. Mask greater than 1422.1, 1409.7. Let's see if this works. Oh, what did I do? All right, well, it's just there. Oh no, I guess it was okay. And you'll have to come through and you'll have to fix the water block a little bit. But what this does for you Because this gives you a real... Yeah, that's a kid. This gives you a real, you know, riverbed kind of vibe. There we go. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. So yeah, so that's how you do that. That's how you use WorldEdit to make a creation like that fast. So we talked about the fill command. We talked about the fill R command. We talked about the set block command. I showed you some brushes, and there's a lot of brushes. And I'm going to put a link to the wiki on all the commands with this in the description. I showed you the hollow cylinder command. There's also a hollow sphere and a cone and that kind of thing. You know, how to make them taller and shorter, increasing diameter, you know, the radius of them and whatnot. A lot of painting commands, a lot of foliating commands. You know, if you're gonna foliate, or if you're gonna put you know, plants and stuff ground cover, you want to do greater than whatever your ground block is, and then just mask it off. You know, mask it off, paint it up, and make it look good. But you know, that's going to be it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. This is Ronan. Y'all have yourselves a nice day. Bye-bye.